This is our fire system. It's all manual buttons. So compared to the student center in the main where it's all electrical and whatnot, this I have to actually read which zone the fire could possibly be in. When we got snow a couple years ago, the water was coming out. It was so high, the water was coming out over the doorstep here. So it's completely flooded. Yeah, like I said, we try to drill out a little creek to make the water drain, but it doesn't always help. Yeah, it's just like a little cave. So anytime we need to fix something in the bathroom for the toilets, this is where we have to go, which is
crazy.
It's not fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Normally, like I was saying, normally in the other bathrooms, we can just go right into the bathroom and adjust the water or something like that.
Right.
But here, it takes me quite a bit longer. So yeah, I'm 200 and almost 40 pounds, so I'm waiting for that stuff to just break apart any day I walk up it.
And then you think they still just probably give you a ladder to fix it?
They would just give us more wood. So yeah, we had to sit here with this fan on for about 2 months straight, just to dry out the dirt. There's that little pipe that burst right there, and we've replaced it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets, so how hot and muggy it is right here, it was just blowing it all straight up into Stacy McIntyre's classroom and Jennifer Weiss's room. Actually, this dirt right here, you can see it's discolored. Yep. So currently, right now, there is still a leaky pipe.
And I'm guessing it's that one that's like orange.
Yep. Oh yeah. actually, instead of the outside of the building's beautiful.
Right.
But the inside, it's just, it's beautiful on the outside. It's not safe anymore.
There's like, you can see cracks.
Oh yeah, yeah, cracks in the,
This,
every,
even the smallest earthquake.
every year the building sinks into the ground just a little bit more, every year. Yeah.
And the fact that we're overdue 50 years of big earthquake.
Oh yeah, that would,
That would make it
that would do it in for this building for sure.
I think even a small.
Hey, are these pipes hot?
You know, half and half. Some are, some aren't. I just kind of put my hand close to it to see if there's heat coming from it or not.
I've been in this building a couple of years. I spent most of my career in one of the newer buildings, so I really see the contrast. What I've noticed for me is that it really takes a toll when you're dealing with a facility that doesn't lend itself to the kind of learning that we're doing now in this century with technology. We don't have enough outlets, very noisy hallways. My room is especially small, and it's because of the number of desks that I have, and I can't get the students in groups so there's a lot of student voice in the classroom where they're looking at each other. So my classroom isn't feasible for that. It takes a toll sometimes because there was one week last fall where a pipe burst under my classroom and it spewed putrid water up through the vents, and my classroom smelled for a long time of rancid water, and I had to teach around campus in different classrooms and carry my materials and put notes on my door for the kids where to be. I think that same week the plumbing backed up in our staff bathroom and we had no staff restrooms for over a week. There was a snake in front of Miss Stevens Garcia's classroom. We have rodents and infestation. I came in once and the mice had gotten into my cough drops, and so there was a mixture of cough drops and mouse poop all over my desk. And it does take a toll because you want to be here for the kids and do the best that we can do for them, and the facilities seem to be working against us a lot of the time with the banging of the radiator, the extreme temperatures. Miss Smith and I didn't have heat for 3 weeks last winter, and so we're wrapped up in blankets as we were trying to teach on Zoom, and it was so cold and the kids could see our breath. It was so cold in our classroom. District maintenance is very, very supportive. They do everything that they can to try to accommodate for the deficiencies of this building. They've delivered space heaters before. They brought me room odor absorbers after the rancid water situation. They brought in an industrial fan to dry out underneath the building, but it sounded like a jet was under my classroom for another month. But they're super supportive, and we're very, very thankful and grateful for that. It's just that they're up against it too, because this building is so old and decrepit that they can try to keep putting Band-Aids on it, but it's falling apart even beyond what they can do. I know they can't even order parts. They have to machine parts to fix some of the stuff down in the basement because the parts are not even available anymore. So we do the best we can with the hand we've been dealt, but I love my job so much. I love my students, I love teaching, but I do not like this building and I do not like my classroom. And I've decorated it, tried to make it as fun and appealing as possible for myself and the kids. But we have, it's like a heritage bingo. What box are we gonna cross off today with what thing that's gonna go wrong?
It takes a toll. And how's that affected you mentally if you're
Yeah, it's very discouraging sometimes because you want to do. I have the different. I know the difference because I was in another building for a lot of years, and you could focus just on. Or I could focus just on the teaching and the curriculum and all the stuff with the students instead of trying to put out small fires because the classroom wasn't conducive to learning. Cockroaches are very, very bad. I have boxes over here because we're in the middle of textbook adoption. I'm afraid to pull those boxes out because I know there'll be bugs behind them. Ant infestation is a regular occurrence. Just 2 days ago, they went after a goldfish cracker and a student pointed it out, and so I got a Kleenex and I went to go pick up the goldfish cracker, and underneath was way more ants than we ever experienced. So I screamed, and then he jumped, and there was a whole thing. And I know the other buildings can have ants in them too, so that's not just something that's in our building, but I think it's just one more thing that we have to deal with on a regular basis that is pretty discouraging.
Is that why there's bags on them?
So those bags are the odor absorbers, and so there's still a rancid smell that comes up those vents. And so the district office was lovely and ordered those for me to help try to balance out that smell. And so they absorb the odor, so I have those on all the vents.
And so when it rains, do you like smell the mold? Because in my room, I can smell that too.
Yeah, there's definitely a musty smell to this building. We combat it with we have a lot of air fresheners, and it was funny last year. When students came back on campus, 2 boys walked into the building and they said, "This building smells like old women," and we realized it's because we all have plug-ins in here to try to cover up the smell of the old building. So Miss plug-in and my plug-in and Miss Jackson's plug-in all kind of converge together, and it just smells like a grandma's house when people walk into the building. But if we didn't have those, the students would not like what they were smelling.